so it meant a lot of ordering parts and waiting for parts to ship from other people who make in the club who make parts. Other people have done them faster, slower. It depends on, like I said, personal time, how long you have to commit to it, how much money you have to commit to it. Obviously, budget is going to be an issue also. But either way, it's a long-term project. It's something that you're building a little bit at a time, a little bit every day as needed, or as you have the spare time for it. It's not something you're going to whip up in a weekend. So if we can get one of the other guys, if you want to take some questions or what else, mention what you need to say about your droids. Anybody?
Anyone have any questions?
Okay. Shoot.
Okay, go ahead.
So are these for sale or just building for yourself?
So we don't sell any of the R2s that we make. So they're all for our own personal use. Everything that we do is just for us because we're a non-profit organization and this is still Lucasfilm's property. So the intellectual property is still Lucasfilm, so we're not allowed to sell them. Okay. So mine took about 4 months. He took about 2-3 years, depending on the number of parts and what kind of material you want to use. Plastic is a little bit quicker, aluminum's a little bit longer because you have to order it. It's CNC, it takes a little while, and it's a little bit more expensive than the plastic. I got about $6,000 into this. You're about $6,000 in his, about $4,000 in his. So it depends on what kind of materials you want to use it and how long it takes to get the part. So I mean, like if you 3D print stuff, this right here, 20 hours on the printer, just this one piece. So you can do it. It just takes a while. It's not a quick thing, unfortunately. Anyone else?
What's the pink R2D2's name?
R2AE.
R2AE. There was actually another pink droid that was built by someone in the club called R2KT, and that was built for a little girl who had cancer. She wanted to have her own R2 unit. And that R2KT later appeared in the Clone Wars cartoon. They put her in the Clone Wars cartoon in one of the episodes.
And actually she was in the last movie, the Jedi.
And in The Force Awakens, somewhere in the background in The Force Awakens, you can see the pink R2KT droid rolling around somewhere.
How do you recommend getting started in droid building?
So first you go to our website, astromech.com, you go to the forums, and then you start looking at what part of the droid you want to start building. You want to start building the head, the body, the feet, and then there's different people in there that'll show you these are the plans for the feet, these are the plans for the head. You order the part for this here, or you order from this guy. Everything on our forum is specifically designed to match the screen accurate R2D2.
But the biggest decision is, what are you going to build it out of? Where is your handiwork lie? Where do your skills lie? Some people build out of wood. Like this one's the frame inside underneath the skins is wood. Nick's the frame is metal. That one, the frame is plastic. Everybody has their skills of what they're comfortable with, what they know, what kind of tools you have, what kind of tools you're willing to buy. You got to make those decisions as you go along. Once you get into the site, there's a section called build logs, which is where people document all of their builds as they go along. What materials they're using, what are they doing, what order they work in, and so you can read through the build logs and get a feel for what's involved in each type of build. Plastic and metal, plastic and wood, you'll be able to get started faster because you can just buy the raw material, download plans, something like these, that you just print them out, glue them to the wood or the plastic, and start cutting out parts. Metal is more, you gotta have access to a machine shop, or you're waiting for other people on the boards who work in machine shops to make specific parts, and then you order it from them. So now you're getting on waiting lists. You're trying to synchronize, when are you going to get this part, when are you going to get that part. It depends what kind of time you want to put into it and how fast you want to get started and what kind of skills you have. So you go through the build logs, find the ones you're comfortable with, and that'll give you an idea of what you're in for before you start buying materials and parts and getting it over your head.
Can you communicate communicate with the robot?
I'll say my droid here, which is mostly aluminum, somewhat the legs are actually wood. It's about 100 plus pounds with battery and all. I have a sealed lead acid motorcycle battery in there, so it's some good poundage. The scooter motors.
We have a question here.
Mine, I'm running about 175 pounds. Same thing with the batteries, lead sealed, wooden legs. It depends on weight. If you do it out of plastic, you cut down the weight tremendously. You know, you can pick it up in and out of the back of the car to get it in. I don't know if you saw us come up. We have little trolleys that we made that we can actually tilt them up into the back of the car.
Here we have a question.
Can you communicate with the robot?
There are some club members that can communicate. It's like the Alexa or Echo, they talk to it, it talks back to it. It's some technology, the new technology that we get implemented. These droids do not have that ability, but it's something actually I'm looking at. But yes, you can put that in here.
It all depends how much work you want and how much equipment you want to put into it. You know, there's certain things that people would expect R2 to do: turn the head, the lights, the sounds, moving around. Beyond that, it's a matter of choice. Do you want to have all the arms and tools popping out? Do you want to have it respond to voice? Do you want to have it do other things? John has a little sprayer in here that shoots. So you can have you do all kinds of tricks. It's just how creative do you want to get with it? You can have the periscope pop up. There's all these other little options that you can do, but you don't have to do all of it at once. You can do a little bit at a time and then keep adding to it later. You don't have to do everything all at once, and you don't have to. And some of it won't all fit. Sometimes if you have one, it's taking up the same space as if you had to put something else. So you got to choose what's more important.
Do you have a contact info?
Yeah, it's astromech.net.
If you guys want to look here, we're actually going to take off one of R2's K5's dome.
If you just Google R2 Builders Club.
This is what happens. There's no little man inside. There's no little man inside. So it's basically some lights in the front, and motor controls underneath, and a soundboard. Very, very simple.
What boards do you use to control it?
Any other questions?
Yes, we have young guy here.
Yeah,
You answer a question again?
Yeah,
What
perfect timing.
controllers do you use?
Couldn't hear you.
What controllers do you use?
You have, let's see, I use Sabertooth for the motors, and an Arduino for the servos, and the relay for the motor control.
I use another club member's system, but it is built off of the Arduino type technology.
I use just a regular standard RC setup with some servos, relays, you know, just like driving a car, like driving a remote control car. It's made from the helicopter RC, brand. And then the little switches on the side are just for like sound and with a relay board that's in there.
We have another question here.
Hi. Do they all roll, or do some builders go right nuts and make ones that walk?
You mean like a 3-2-3 setup? Like go to the two legs, three legs?
Yeah, there are some people in the club that have done 3-2-3. It's easy and it's hard. What 3-2-3 is when you see R2 go from 3 legs to standing up straight to 3 again. It's that transition back and forth. Mechanically, that's easy to do, making each part move. The hard part is in synchronizing it and making it all happen at the right time and at the right speed so that the droid doesn't fall over or knock itself backwards or whatever. That takes a lot of fine-tuning and a lot of practice and a lot of finessing to get that just right. So it can be done. For your first droid, we don't usually recommend it because it's just a lot more mechanics that just makes the rest of the job harder. make a standard 3-leg droid first, get the feel of it, get comfortable with it, and then either modify it or build another one later on once you get familiar with the process and you understand what's involved in just getting through the whole thing.
Any else? No?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I don't know exactly what they would do. Actually, it's $2. Outer dome and an inner dome. So there's an outer dome and an inner dome. The outer dome is where you mount the pies. The inner dome, make sure that they don't fall inside. It's not solid, it's 2 pieces. You glue them together. Some people don't glue them together, but you glue them together so that you can actually mount stuff on the outside and stuff doesn't fall through into the inside. And if you open up this top pie and put it back down,
the inner dome,
if there's no lip there, it would just fall in.
yeah, the inner dome gives the lip that the panel hits so that it doesn't just go through to the other side. So.